What do you want to be when you grow up? What are you going to do after college? What's your 5-year plan? Is there room for promotion at your job? Right now, Idahoans of all ages are grappling with these questions. Meanwhile, employers are finding it impossible to find qualified individuals with the right skills, and educators are struggling to connect their students with real-world experiences. With students busy studying, educators busy managing their classrooms, and employers busy building their businesses, how will they ever find time to create meaningful collaborations? Well, that's why we created leader.nextsteps.idaho.gov and are getting the word out about Idaho's work-based learning opportunities. The opportunities start with learning about work. These are experiences that can happen as early as elementary school, like career education, employer engagement, and externships for teachers. This is where students start exploring possibilities and learning about training. Learning through work deepens this experience. This is where students can engage in internships, pre-apprenticeships, or co-ops. This phase combines in-classroom and real on-the-job experiences. Then there is learning at work, where individuals are fully employed, yet are engaged in training to help elevate their skills or positions, such as on-the-job training or apprenticeships. Are you an employer or an educator? Would you like to become more involved in helping Idahoans connect with in-demand, high-wage careers? Would you like to discover ways to connect with others exploring these questions in your region? Visit leader.nextsteps.idaho.gov to find tools and resources and to make those connections.
By the way, did anybody recognize the great narrator of our little video thing? Thank you very much, Rod, for doing that job. So here's your challenge. We're going to start the marketing campaign today. The goal is for us to be leaders. We know what the problem is. We know what the solution is. The solution is bring more knowledge about work, the nature of work, that it's honorable, that it can be fun, that it can be fulfilling. Bring that to these future employees and allow them to pick and choose a path forward where they get the training that is necessary to fulfill their lifetimes. That's a noble cause. It's also, by the way, the least partisan cause I know of in the state of Idaho. I'm amazed at how there's no disagreement between Republicans and Democrats over the need to do this. So that's our challenge. I issue it to you. We were going to do a poll, but on better consideration, what will happen now is each attendee here at this conference will receive an email with information about how you can sign up to be a member of the LEADER initiative here in the state of Idaho. And like I said, it's not a huge cash outlay. All you have to do is look at that continuum from one end of the spectrum to the other of ways to engage, to bring work-based learning into schools and available to job seekers here in Idaho, and pick something off that continuum and say, hey, I want to be part of the solution. That's my challenge to you. Please accept it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Trent. The panels were awesome, don't you think? How about another round of applause for the panels? Well, it has been a wonderful day. We've heard lots of great things, great ideas, a lot of collaboration. But as you all know, conferences do not solve problems. Conferences do not help us educate the next generation of Idahoans. So the real work begins after this conference. And we have a lot of great ideas. We have a lot of synergy coming out of this. And so our next step literally is to try to come together as regions, as state, and really move this forward. So on behalf of Idaho Business for Education, on behalf of the Workforce Development Council, on behalf of America Succeeds and all of our other partners, we really appreciate you giving so much time today. But your work isn't done. I'm going to ask Angela Hemingway, Angela, to come up here and talk about where we go next.
Thank you. Well, thank you all so much for choosing to spend your day with us today. And as has been said, it's now your opportunity to go back and work together regionally to determine which of these areas do you want to focus on individually and as a region. We've come to recognize that every region has very individual needs, and so we're here and ready to support you. We would love if in the next few moments you'll have some time to do some regional planning before you go home. And if nothing else gets done, please set a meeting to follow up in your region. We've got funding to support a regional summit to talk about these work-based issues, to determine what you can tackle first and what are some of your long-term goals. And once you hold that regional summit, there'll be some funding from the Workforce Development Council to hold that regional summit. The STEM Action Center has some additional funding, up to $5,000 of an activation grant, to actually kick off whatever it is your region determines to be the most important issue that you could tackle today, soon, within the next year. So we stand step by step, side by side, and we really want to see you succeed. And in order to do that, 30 minutes, meeting with your regional group, get a meeting on the books is all we request so that we can get you funding and you can start making some of these ideas a reality in your communities. So with that, we've got some facilitators in the room. I believe we've got 6 regional facilitators. So if you could please stand up on cue. There we go. Excellent. So these are the regional facilitators that are going to be working with you for the next 30, 45 minutes to get some ideas and hopefully get a future meeting on the book that we can help fund a regional summit for your group. And from there, we have some funding through the STEM Action Center to help with that. So what we're going to do, when I say go in just a moment, is we're going to keep the Southwest region. If you registered in the Southwest region, please stay in here and we'll probably all migrate to the center. And the rest of you, there's tables labeled outside and your facilitator will be there to help kind of guide the conversation. But we're so excited to see you go forth and to implement some of these great ideas that we've heard from all of our panelists today. So again, thank you for spending your time with us today. Go forth and plan. Thank you.